But now we're turning our attention to what's happening in the United States. 13th July this year is going to be a date that is going to be etched in American history. In the nation's first major shooting incident on a key political figure since the year 1981 has been the one on the former U.S. president and the Republican candidate for the post of president this time, Donald Trump. Donald Trump was shot at by a 20-year assailant. But it seems like he's undeterred by that attack because Donald Trump is back on the election trail. He, of course, stood up after the attack. There was blood on the side of his face, and it appeared that he was saying, "Fight, fight, fight." And this while he was pumping his fist. He's created one of the most iconic moments in America's recent history. And now experts are saying that the unsuccessful assassination bid on Trump has almost sealed the U.S. presidential race for Donald Trump, especially at a time when Americans are highly polarized and are vulnerable to disinformation. In fact, such is the optimism about Trump's victory this time that stocks of companies that have links to Donald Trump, also cryptos, they're trading now with strong gains. This is happening today. So what does the 13th July incident mean for US politics? What will be the global impact? That's the top story that we are tracking on India Tonight. Listen in to what Joe Biden has said first on the assassination bid on Donald Trump.
There's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot be like this. We cannot condone this. And I want to thank the Secret Service and all the agencies, including the state agencies, that have been engaged in making sure that people and we have more detail to come relative to other people maybe injured in the audience. I don't have all that detail. We'll make that available to you. The Trump rally was a rally that he should have been able to be conducted peacefully without any problem. But the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. And everybody must condemn it.
It's not just Joe Biden who has condemned it. Leaders from across the world are condemning it. And like Joe Biden said, it cannot be like this. And yet, that's exactly how it is. Let's discuss why. Shalabh Kumar is the chairman of the Hindu Coalition of Republican National Committee. He's the founding chairman of the Republican Hindu Coalition. It's great to have you with us, Mr. Kumar. It seems like the U.S. has gone to business as usual. Even President Trump, he's in Milwaukee on another election campaign after this assassination bid. Have you had a chance to speak to him, Mr. Kumar? Do you have a sense of his physical and mental state now?
No, I have not had a chance to speak to him after the incident, but I'm in close touch with the senior advisors and the people at the top of the campaign. And he is in very, very good spirits. You sort of took words away from my mouth. I was going to say the same thing, that this incident has practically sealed 47th president of the United States. That will be Donald J. Trump. If the other side, the candidate, is Joe Biden. So that's the short of what has happened. He has shown himself to be a man of steel. Incredible person. Within 30 seconds of having a bullet go like a couple of millimeters away from his brain, he stands up and raises his fist and asks his followers and the country to fight on, move on.
Mr. Kumar, do you believe that this incident seals his victory in the presidential election this year?
Absolutely. He was already way ahead. Now, Biden was making a little bit of a way back in. 2 weeks ago, when the debate occurred, at that point, the country saw that the President Biden has become too old for the job, not even thinking that another 4 years to go, 85 if we elect him to be the president. And he's just not in a good shape. His mental acuity is not good, and the whole country saw it. The whole world saw it, and at that point itself,
Yes.
President Trump's poll numbers went up several points.
Yes.
And then there was a real panic in the Democrat side, and the senior people with President Biden, that is indirectly. I mean,
Mr.
not
Kumar,
currently in
President
the
Biden
administration.
himself has pointed out in his own defense that in age, Donald Trump is not too far away from his age. As far as resilience and their ability, was it important that an incident like this had to really showcase how strong Mr. Trump is even physically?
That is correct. It's president can say all he wants, that he's in a good shape. And I was going to just tell you that he started to make a little bit of a comeback in his Friday 1-hour press conference, and so he had started to come back because 19 Democrat congressmen have openly said that he needs to withdraw his nomination. It's heard that President it's a pretty strong, let's say not a rumor, but talk on the Washington circuit is that President Barack Obama, ex-chief of staff Ron Claire, and the most senior people on his side are worried about a debacle. That is, they may lose the Senate in a big way, have the Senate become essentially more than 60 members from the Republican Party.
Yes.
House maybe just totally go over at the state level, maybe lose a lot of the governorships, and so forth. And
but Mr. Kumar, you played a key role. Mr. Kumar, you played this key role in Trump's outreach to the Indian American community as part of the entire Republican campaign. Now, you've done this in the past, but this kind of political violence, many are pointing at the storming of the U.S. Capitol on the 6th of January back in the year 2021, when supporters of the president then, Donald Trump, breached the Capitol, disrupted the certification of the Electoral College results. So this brand of politics, Mr. Kumar, that the Republican voter is watching, is witness to, are you as a Republican okay with this kind of politics?
Well, the January 6th, there are many different stories on that. And what is from the Republican side, from President Trump's side, is that was a failure on the part of Nancy Pelosi. The president asked for 10,000 National Guardsmen, and Pelosi refused to provide that. So there's a lot of narrative, which is different narratives which are going on in there. There was no shooting that took place. There's no nobody fired any gun
that violence
at anybody.
Is all right. Mr. Kumar, there's a growing sense that violence is all right and it can be endorsed by a president as well.
Nobody endorses that. Nobody is for violence. Nobody, right now, the Democrats were counting on their main theme in this election campaign was democracy versus dictatorship. That it is democracy. That is, if you like democracy, vote for Biden. If you like dictatorship, vote for Trump. That was the main, let's say, theme of Biden Democrat campaign. And just like my close friend Newt Gingrich just a day ago told the nation that that whole thing is gone now. I mean, the democracy, who is for democracy? It's President Trump who is for democracy. It's the Republicans who are for democracy. And for him to take the bullet.
Mr. Kumar, how has that narrative
behalf
changed? What has led to the change in that narrative that if you are pro-dictatorship, then you vote for Trump. If for democracy, you vote for Biden. How has that narrative changed and what has led to the change, if at all?
This incident of July 13th itself. You're not going to have a person who is more dictatorial. Just imagine what Putin's security will be if Trump wanted to be like Putin or he wanted to be a dictator. I mean, any ordinary American can see the contrast, can see how President Trump has behaved, how he has come out. Now, even his speech at the convention is going to be quite different. He is going to also say, just like President Biden is saying now, that tone it down. That is all this rhetoric. I mean, right now you could think my best guess is this crazy person, 20-year-old Crooks. He at least believed that under President Trump he will lose his freedom, so end his life.
And he was a Republican, Mr. Kumar. Though we don't know his motive, he was a Republican. He was donating for causes as well. And he was a 20-year-old.
That's right. Yeah, nobody knows the exact motive right now. It's only a guess people can make. Originally I thought when I got on TV right after the incident, I thought it could have something to do with the immigration, could have something to do with terrorism. But it certainly, definitely, it had something to do with the rhetoric which is out there, which rhetoric is, some people can get too excited about this and take things in their own hands. And
but just talking about the violence.
Believe that.
Yes, but talking about the violence in the United States, Mr. Kumar, many editorials have been pointing out that though there have been 4 American presidents that include Lincoln, that include Kennedy, they were killed while in office. There were attempts to kill Reagan and Roosevelt in the past. But this particular assassination attempt, it seems to be the most reflective of polarization among the electorate, especially on the issue of gun control. The fact that the alleged assassin, like we mentioned, was a registered Republican who has made donations as well. It really begs the question of how even a Republican leader like Mr. Trump, who's now treating this as business as usual, is coming out powerful. And there is a sense that because of this incident, like you pointed out yourself, he's going to win this. But it does beg the question about polarization in American democracy and where the stand is on issues of such violence.
Vikram, I first need to, excuse me, there's some kind of a signal here. So anyway, what I was going to say, Vikram, I need to correct you. He had made several remarks to on the social media in support of Democrats. So don't just assume that he's a Republican. Okay, and sorry about the Jesus.
All right, Mr. Kumar, we'll have to carry on the conversation a little later because we are indeed running out of time. But this does call for a larger discussion, and we hope that you will be part of it when we do conduct it in the run-up to the presidential elections. We thank you for your time, for joining us on this edition of India Tonight. Thanks.